burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0.
Chargers, nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
On the stop. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they went to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Tua. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And the Dolphins 1st down.
It's Eckler again. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Williams brings it in. Touchdown. touchdown. Mike Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0.
14. Chargers, nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Herbert off of play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Chargers, nothing.
Cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Chargers at 11-1 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Play action. It's Herbert. He'll buy some time right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
A gain of 6. And the Chargers.
Herbert on 1st down now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Mostert. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14. Chargers 7.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fair catch. Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, their goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Eckler is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd and 12. Herbert. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Jason Sanders.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 1-yard loss brings up
Now on 2nd and 16. Herbert.
That's complete to the tight end, Everett. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Here's Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On 2nd and goal, Herbert. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive?
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, operating gun, set, and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the 2nd half gets started.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, given 14.
And the Dolphin 1st down.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here's Tua. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 and a throw again. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Tagovailoa are going to try and throw on 3rd down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. There's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Allen's got it complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
A run with Mostert up the middle. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Herbert now.
At the 37-yard line.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And making that play defensively, Channing Tindall. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
And the Chargers 1st down.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Herbert off of play action. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett.
Pass complete to Gerald Everett. A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Herbert working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end.
So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Play action. It's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Herbert throwing again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They'll still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
This is a counter play. Eckler. And some room to maneuver.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Tua.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this one incomplete. Oh, I couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Charger drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker.
It's 4th down.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen.
And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Up the middle with Eckler. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves it with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try to finish off a game.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Touchdown, Dolphins! Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 70. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second down. Here's Mostert again.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
94 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On second down, Mostert.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On third down, here comes Mostert.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's fourth down.
They snap it to Herbert.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on fourth down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now a give to Mostert running right.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That's another Chargers first down.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and it was their defense that really made the statement.